31-year-old Jeffrey Wharton was arrested by Rio Rancho police.
So this is that female, Trevino. She flicks me off as I'm going back to back with my patrol car.
When power is misused, it takes courage from within to set things right. Just like this Jersey cop who got schooled by his supervisor on the spot.
Working on a story for the township?
You're working on a story for the township?
Well, about the township for me.
For you?
Yes.
What are you making, a documentary?
It's a news story.
A news story?
Yeah.
Do you have ID?
I always have ID.
Okay, can you provide that?
No.
You can do whatever you want, but
Just to...
you need to identify who you are.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
I do, sir.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
And what law is that?
Well, it came in as a suspicious person. Anytime we
Okay.
investigate as to somebody calling in about suspicious, we need to at least identify who it is we spoke to. You're not in trouble in any way, shape,
Right.
or form.
Okay, then I don't need to give ID.
Well, you do.
What law is
because
that?
I need to know who you are.
What law is
If I'm
that?
investigating a crime, it's actually called obstruction if you fail to provide
Wrong.
documentation. No, sir,
Quote
that's not wrong.
quote that statute.
I already
Quote
told you
obstruction.
what it is.
Apparently you don't.
To you. Sir, look, I'm not looking.
I have to commit an unlawful act and prevent you from performing your unlawful duty to be in
Well,
violation of
currently,
obstruction.
Currently, right now.
So what's the unlawful act?
Right now, it came in as a suspicious
Okay,
person.
and what statute is suspicious?
It has nothing to do with it.
Yes, it
I'm
does. What's the
investigating
law?
To determine what's going on. So all
I'm taking
asking is to
pictures in
identify
public.
Who you are? You're telling me you're doing something.
Okay.
That's fine, but I need to verify who you are.
No, you don't.
So in the event that something turns into something, I at least can say, all right, I went out and I spoke with this person. You're making this more difficult than it needs to be.
No, you are.
Using the
Not really.
You can come out and say, good morning, sir, how you doing? Taking pictures, enjoying your First Amendment right to take pictures in public?
What was the first thing that I said to you today?
What are you doing?
I said, no. I said, how are you, sir?
Okay, how are you?
Did I not say that to you?
Yeah, you did.
So you just asked me what did I do, and I already told you what I said.
Okay.
I said, how are you? And I said, what are we doing? And you told me what you're doing. And I said,
that's
that's
it.
fine. And I explained to you why I need documentation from you, just to verify who you are.
Okay, but you
That's
don't need to
it.
verify who I am.
I unfortunately do, yes.
No, I have the right to privacy in public.
You do, to a certain degree.
Yeah,
Okay.
and this is within that degree.
Yes.
Yes.
But again, if we're investigating it for suspicious because somebody called it in, it's not like we just.
It doesn't
came
matter
out
if somebody
here-
called it in.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so if you're outside on your property mowing your lawn and somebody says you're suspicious and the police come by, you have to give them your ID?
To verify that you live there, yeah.
No, you don't.
Yes,
it's
you
your
do.
property. Entitled
Okay.
to follow the law.
Which is this person.
Okay.
We just need to verify who you are and identify who you are.
And
That's all.
what statute is suspicious? What law am I breaking?
Sir, I'm not. I already went over this with you. I don't need to go.
And you
into
haven't
detail.
justified yourself yet.
I do. And listen, again, if
Okay.
you fail
Well,
to
I-
provide your documentation, you can be placed under arrest for
You
obstruction.
think so?
Documentation. Otherwise, you are going to be placed under arrest for obstruction.
I do not have
Very, very
identification on me.
This cop was on a power trip. He was just so dialed in on getting the man's ID. Momentarily, his supervisor arrived to witness the commotion.
Explain to you what I need to
Supervisor.
do. If you fail to, there's actually a supervisor right there.
Okay.
Okay. And I don't need to have a supervisor anyway because I asked you for who you are.
Well, I'm
You
asking
lied
for a
to me about
supervisor.
Who you are, and I,
I
told
did not
you,
lie about who I am.
explained to you what happens if you fail to provide documentation. Now, if I find out you're lying to me, now you can be charged with hindering.
Do we have a
which
sergeant?
means giving failed documentation.
No.
You have
What's
two
going on, sir?
sergeants right
Two?
here.
Sergeant
Okay.
Perez, what's going on?
So, what is your name and what is your information?
I'm not answering any questions. Personal
Okay,
information.
well then you're going to be placed under arrest for obstruction.
And what
Okay,
law
like
is that,
sir?
Sergeant?
He doesn't need to explain it to you.
Well,
I
he
already
does
told you
actually.
that's what it
He
is.
actually does.
All right, just hold on a second.
So let's find out.
Can I just ask you what you're doing here?
Yes, sir. I'm in public taking pictures of a public building, expressing my First Amendment right to freedom of press.
Okay.
I'm here to actually file a complaint.
Okay. You have
Against-
that right. You have all those rights. You just
Thank you. Well, he appears to
Okay.
tell me that I don't.
Now, just so you know, there are areas of this building that are posted.
Absolutely.
That are off limits.
Yep, like
All
the
right?
back of that parking lot there, it
So
says
you
restricted
obviously
area, can't go back
enter
there.
those areas or video those areas.
Absolutely.
Other than that, if you want to walk around with your camera, you can walk around with your camera.
And I don't need to show ID to do that.
You don't have to show ID right now, no sir.
Don't!
All right, sir.
How's that?
Well, that's incorrect, actually, in that respect.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
Is it?
That's
So your
different than
sergeant's
what you
wrong.
explained to my
So your sergeant's
supervisor
wrong?
and what we were going to.
So your
We're
sergeant's...
not going to get into an argument here.
Sure.
So we're all set,
Because
all right?
I was just threatened with arrest for not providing identification. It's a violation of Fourth Amendment.
All right, sir. But now we're clear on what's going on, right?
Is he?
Are we all clear?
Is he clear? Because I'm clear and you're clear.
Everybody here is clear, sir.
Very good, sir.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
Continue what you're doing.
I appreciate your
All
help.
right? You have a good day.
You too.
All right?
Thank you
We're
very
all
much.
clear, guys.
Thank you.
All right?
He was so butthurt that he couldn't have his way with the man. Props to the supervisor for shutting his junior up real quick. At this point, many officers arrived on scene.
And there they are, trying to figure out where I parked. Officer identify himself to me.
That's Officer Michelle, badge number 369.
The guy went on about his way, photographing in public, but expressing her First Amendment right almost got this next woman arrested. On November 6, 2023, Brittany saw Officer Patrick Akers, a well-known woman abuser who had a history with different women in the city, so naturally she flicked him off.
Boy Charles Paul 5990. Boy Charles Paul 5990. So this is that female, Trevino. She flicks me off as I'm going back to back of my patrol car, fails the single left hand to go into the left lane. She flicks me off, so I just wanted a second when I made contact with her. How's it going? Officer Akers, New Braunfels Police Department. Okay.
I know who you are.
That's fine. Well, the reason why you being
Over for flipping you off.
no, ma'am. The reason why
You are retaliating against me. You turned your sirens on and everything. Ran over here like a crazy person.
okay, well, ma'am, the reason why you're being contacted is you failed to signal lane change when you flicked me off.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and step out of the car. Step out of the car. I have 3 officers here.
He's hurt me before. Please don't let him.
The more he talks, the more we realize how much pent-up aggression this officer has.
Would you mind, Henderson, go ahead and detaining her in cuffs?
Because he's been illegal to me.
Okay, all right. We'll just continue the violence. You're under arrest for failed to signal lane change.
I'm under arrest for failing to signal a lane change?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm under arrest for failing to signal a lane change?
Yes, ma'am.
Stay still. I'm sorry. You guys just know this is bullshit. You guys just know it is. You guys know it is. You're under arrest. Grab my phone. Please grab my phone.
We'll get it. You want me to transport, or you think better?
No, Danny can do it.
Danny, would you mind just transporting? You don't have to do anything else other than transport. I'll be there.
That's when a senior officer arrives and gives Patrick some legit scolding. He asks him to turn off his body cam, but the woman's cell phone audio catches it all.
What's that? Yeah, she has a driver's license, but...
I'm gonna turn this off. You off?
Yeah, she has a driver's license, but...
I'm gonna turn this off. Why are we arresting you for traffic infraction?
Well, she comes down the street, comes right towards me. As I'm walking back by the car, didn't do nothing, she flicks me off.
Mm-hmm.
And then as she does that, she gets on the lane and fails to signal lane change.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, it's going to be an issue?
Huh?
You think it's going to be an issue?
Given your history,
Yeah.
so any other person you would write a ticket to, right?
Yeah.
So that's how you have to treat every interaction. So if you would normally write a ticket for this person, this is something that you would normally write a ticket for. Then it's right to the board.
Yeah. You want me to go ahead, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
Procedure for the plate for Charles Paul 5990 for number 3 Volkswagen 4 more blue code.
Meeting 35, cancel order. 217, can you bring it back up here? Can you take the handcuffs off? Alright, so let's write the ticket and go about it that way.
Sounds good.
All you're going to do is give her more ammo. Alright? Yep. So write the ticket, just fill it out.
The officers then try to explain everything to her and somehow end up blaming the whole thing on her. They don't even apologize for Officer Patrick's overreaction.
You're good to go. So I understand that you flicked the officer off. That's not. So my question was, did you flick the officer off?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Regardless of what your history is with Officer Akers, your intense hate caused you to flick him off, and then you committed a traffic violation. Okay? Had you just gone on about your day and not worried about flicking people off or anything like that, none of this would have happened.
I know, but
It just... Oh, I did? No, I didn't.
my intention
Let me
was
Let me get your signature on it. It's not pleading guilty, that just promises to take care of that ticket, okay? None of it ever is good on those automated ones. Okay? So here's the thing, right? Had you just gone on about your day, right? So your intense hatred is causing you to do other things that is drawing attention to you.
I understand what you're saying.
You need to move on with your life and move along, okay?
Not for you. I always, you know, I'm always.
But
And I never thought the situation ever could have happened in a million years. I never would have thought.
I'm not here to debate this situation with you. I watched the video. I know everything that occurred. Okay? I know about the court stuff, everything that occurred.
And it was
If
wrong.
Officer Akers had done anything wrong, he wouldn't be here right now.
That's
Right?
not true.
That's 100% true. It is. So you need to move on and not be running around flipping people off, right? I get it. That's your First Amendment if you want to flip people off, but what it did is it caused you to create a hazard into a traffic infraction right in front of an officer, right?
I understand that bad things will happen to me if I do anything.
No, that's not what anybody's saying, right? You flicking people off
I know.
has caused you to do a traffic infraction right in front of an officer and caused you to get a ticket. Right? You can choose to be defined by your past, or you can decide what you want to do. Right? But if you choose to be defined by what happened to you in the past, then you will always continue to be that person. Right? Do you understand what I'm saying?
The senior officer did the right thing. Brittany has all the right to get a lawyer and sue this tyrant officer for his misogyny. But that officer isn't as bad as the next one. Albuquerque police officer Jeffrey Wharton brutally beat his girlfriend, causing severe head and face injuries and a brain bleed requiring hospitalization. Wharton shamelessly came back to work the next morning. However, he had no idea that the officers were already waiting for him.
Let's take hold. I'll say. Do you have any other weapons on you? No, that's it. No backpack. We have a warrant for your arrest. Get any other fires or anything? No. Before you guys take him out of here. Pen. I think there's only one thing. Okay. Mr. Ward? Yep. Shirt? Come off? Okay.
Wharton wasn't allowed to take his handcuffs off even when he had to take off his shirt. The police decided to humiliate the man for his crimes.
Here, come right here.
Attention. There we go. That. And key.
Is this to your department unit?
Yep.
Is this to your backup to your unit? And this,
2 more units, yeah. I have
Which-
my Mustang keys in my unit, actually, in my personal vehicle. But both of those keys are to personal, my house.
personal house stuff? And this is to the department?
Yep.
This is,
One officer took the liberty of explaining the charges against the vile cop.
Hi Jeffrey, I'm Detective Hatch. I'm here with Police Department. I'm just going to give you a little bit of an explanation as to why we're here. Okay, so right now we do have a warrant for your arrest. It's for aggravated battery. It's a household member. 2 counts of that, kidnapping and interference with communication. Okay, so those are the charges that are pending right now. I do want to give you the opportunity to talk to us and tell us your side of the story. Do you want to take that opportunity?
Not after hearing that.
Okay. All right, then we'll get you down to SCIC.
Shortly after, the disgraced officer was taken to the police cruiser, where he was taken to the Sandoval County Detention Center. It feels refreshing to see a corrupt cop sitting in a detention center among other criminals.
I have a little bit of space right here, and I want to move my flashlight, just I got stuff there, and have my handcuffs here.
Can we? Yeah, I know. I'm probably gonna take this off.
Wharton was booked on charges including kidnapping and aggravated battery and resigned shortly after his arrest by the Albuquerque Police Department. Cops are notorious for going on power trips, especially when they don't have a body cam on. John Felix faced this exact situation at a traffic stop. Back in 2017, while on his way to work, John passed a police cruiser that was speeding. Immediately, the cop pulled him over to show his dominance.
Alright, I'm being stopped.
I need your license, please. You're being stopped for speeding. I don't need this. Sir, roll down the window. Roll down the window so I can talk to you.
I can hear you just fine.
I can't hear you. Roll
I
down the
remain
window.
silent, sir. I remain silent.
This is not a criminal stop. It has nothing to do with remaining.
Sir, I remain silent. I have that right. I don't want that. You don't want my registration?
I don't need it.
Okay.
All I wanted was your license.
John has dealt with scummy cops way too many times. According to John, he had his cruise control set, but this tyrant was relentless.
Okay, so I'm being stopped. Try to give my registration and everything. He keeps saying he don't want it. He keeps wanting me to roll down the window. Just trying to get to work. Sure, I'm gonna get a couple tickets now.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Roll down the window. You're being ridiculous. Are you Mr. Flax? Is this you?
I remain silent, sir.
Okay, step out of the car. Come over here.
Now I'm scared
Get
for
out
my
of
life.
traffic.
Now I'm scared for my life.
Why?
There's no reason for me to be out of my car.
Yes, there
But
is.
I was speeding. See, this is off the record now. This is why you wanted me out of my car. Can I
No, I
please
want
grab
you
my
out of your
camera?
car because you were doing stuff on the
I
dash.
understand exactly what you're doing. I understand your tactics. Why do you want to be off the record right now?
You don't ask the questions here.
Actually,
Yeah, it's for my safety. No.
You feel unsafe because why? My hands are on the steering wheel.
Put your hands down. Alright. I'm
wanna
gonna
get shot by
explain.
you.
Alright, just
Let me grab my camera and I'll put my hands down.
Just please be quiet. Okay, now you can be quiet.
Sir, where's my ticket? You stopped me for speeding, correct?
Alright, I'll explain so you shut up.
Did you stop me for speeding? Like you said, it's on record. I know you took me out of the car because I'm recording.
There's nothing to do with it.
Alright, so
Because
tell me when I'm free to go.
You done talking?
Tell me when I'm free to go.
The officer was not wearing a body cam, and he asked John to step out of the car so he could be completely off record. These types of situations are where we see cops abuse their powers, so to nullify any threat, John had his hands up.
Now while you're standing there with your arms up, I'm going to explain to you that I stopped you for 88 and 70 tons. Okay? I stopped you.
Sir. Are you repeating yourself?
I stopped you to give you a warning.
Okay.
Because you're doing 18 over the speed limit.
Okay.
And the reason why this is taking so long is because you're acting like a child.
Okay, if you say so.
Alright.
I'm acting like a child?
Do you know what
stop
the
me,
speed
sir.
limit is?
You stop me. Who's acting
You know
like
what
a
the
child?
speed limit is on the road?
I know what it is, yes.
Okay, it's
That
70.
doesn't
It's not
pertain to
88.
me.
It's not 88.
Okay. How fast were you going, sir, when I passed you?
Didn't tell you.
I could.
Of course he wouldn't tell how fast he was going, because he knew that he was going over the speed limit as well. John explains the whole confrontation once he gets back in the car.
Oh, man, I just went off on that cop. Had my hand, he made me get out of the car. Oh my God, I'm fired up. He was speeding. He stops me for speeding. Again, total hypocrite. He's speeding. He stops me for speeding. He makes me go out there. I put my hands up in the air. I leave him up in the air. I tell him, you want me out of the car because I'm recording and you don't want to be recorded. And then he's like, I was going to pull you over for a warning. I go, because you're going 88 in a 70. Now he's waiting for me to get off the highway. I'm going to finish my video now, if I'm going to be late to work. And so I'm like, when I passed you, you were going faster than 70. So don't tell me the speed limit's 70. So when you break the law, it's fine. It's whatever. He kept saying whatever, whatever. And when I break the law, I'm breaking the law, and you can pull me out of my car and force me to do against my will. And he ended up giving me a warning, which, oh, I'm supposed to be super thankful. And my actions, me acting like a child, I tried to hand him this. I handed him this through the window and rolled the window up. And he's like, kept knocking on my window. I don't want this. I don't want this. Really, people? And I'm wearing a Browns. That's what it was. I'm wearing a Browns jersey. He felt bad for me. Even though we have a perfect record, I'm wearing a Browns jersey. He's still behind me. He's like waiting for me to leave. Let me put on my seatbelt, because then you'll stop me for that. Piece of shit.
These incidents are one of many where police downplay their crimes. This next cop might as well be a home invader. In 2017, an Oxford, Alabama officer was called to a neighborhood for a stray dog roaming into properties. He arrived and just casually strolled through properties. Until he arrived on a property where he knew the dog belonged to and did this.
Hello, sir.
Hey.
How we doing?
Doing all right.
You have a brindle pit bull
Yeah,
dog?
I got a brown boxer mix.
Brown boxer mix dog, kind of a tiger stripe on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty solid, strong looking thing. Okay. Well,
Next time, if you don't mind,
don't beat the hell out of my door if you don't mind, okay? I came to the door. That was a loud knock. I would never come to your house and do it. Don't come to mine and do it, okay? Now let's handle some business. Actually, hold on.
The homeowner then goes inside to wear some shorts. That's when this officer becomes a little too nosy.
Whoa. Hey, don't do that.
Don't do what?
Put some shorts on, buddy. What is your problem? I'm not going to cut Medicaid, right? But then he's going to celebrate a bill passing the House bill, and I assume push for a bill passing the Senate that cuts it as well. Whether it's the big things or the little things, all the things he likes about it, it's not good for the country when the president can't go. You don't have to swing my door open. When I close my door, I was going to put some shorts on, okay? You don't have to beat my door down. All you have to do is knock. I'm nice.
Okay.
Now, why did you knock on my door so hard? Just be honest. Just why? I don't know. I mean, just be honest.
Yes, sir. Were you here about 10 minutes ago?
No, I wasn't. I just got home.
Okay.
I've got a lot of cars. I just got home. I just got off.
Okay. I was here earlier, and I didn't notice a change in the difference in cars.
Come here. Come feel my hood. Since you didn't notice the change in cars. Since you didn't notice the change in colors, you put your hand on this exhaust, and you let me know, is it hot? Does it feel like somebody got off the highway?
I didn't.
Don't stand here. You can feel the heat come off of it.
Don't
stand here.
I didn't say you were lying.
Well, you implied. Come
no,
here.
I'm not.
You ain't even got to touch it. Just come.
I can feel the heat standing here.
God, man. So what's the problem? Now, all this could have been settled differently if you didn't beat the heck out of my door. I would have came to the door nice.
What the officer did was uncalled for. If it was a woman right there, it would have been way worse for him. But this man was about to give the officer the worst verbal lashing of his life.
Those dogs, when they come through here, guess what I do?
It's not.
Guess what most neighbors do? We shoo them home. But it seems like you are just out to get him. I mean, and I know he breaks out. I discipline him too. And he's wrong. But the way you come knock on, beat my door down,
yes, sir.
That's a no-no. And then swing my door back open after I closed it. Don't you ever do that again. You hear me?
Excuse me?
You cannot open my door. You cannot open my door when I close my door.
I can't.
No, can you? You can open when I close my door and say, I'm getting my shorts to come talk to you. You cannot open my door again. Do not swing my door open.
I cannot open your door.
You cannot open my door. You tell me what law says you can open my door. It's what law says that you can.
Can I trust that you don't have a gun?
Why would I have a gun? Now we're getting it. Why would I have a gun?
When he has no defense to the man's words, he switches to being a racist. The officer then continues to fumble his answer.
I trust that you don't.
Why would I have a gun?
Can I trust?
I'm saying, why would I have a gun?
Can I trust that you don't?
Why would I have a gun? Why does a gun even come up?
Can I trust that you don't? Because it's officer safety.
Officer safety would have been tapping on the door nice and having some backup if you feared for your life that I had a gun. But no, you come beat my door down right when I got off work, right from watching the news. You know how that feels? Think if you got off a shift and I come beat your door down. I didn't do nothing wrong to you. That's wrong. Don't do that. And then when I closed the door, was I not in my boxers? Tell the truth. Was I in my boxers?
You were in shorts.
Oh, now you're lying. Why do you do this? I mean, why? Why are you even an officer if you want to do this? Why?
Right.
Why?
I'm
saying why? Why? If you want to lie like this, was I not? Tell the truth. Just be truthful. Was I in my boxers?
You were in shorts.
Okay. Do I have different shorts on now?
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. So I have different shorts on now. Okay. Yeah. Were I in these when you came to the door?
Right.
I was in these.
You know that I'm videoing this too,
okay,
right?
But I'm videoing it for me.
Okay.
Okay? We're going to video it for me because you don't care about me. You beat my door down and you said I have a gun.
No, I didn't.
Okay, how did the gun come up? Did you bring it up or did I bring it up?
I asked you.
No. That's a yes or no question. Did
had...
you bring the gun up or did I bring the gun up?
Right.
I didn't bring a gun into this situation. You did. We were talking about a dog. You come beat my door down. Then you accuse me of not answering your door the first time. I wasn't here.
This man is 100% right in everything he said. This cop was trying to lie about every minor detail. He effectively humbles the officer, and it starts to show.
Records will show. My phone records will show where I was on the phone and when I got home. That's easily looked up. GPS,
Right.
We can look that up.
Right.
We shouldn't have to go there. You should treat me as a man and I treat you as a man. That's why I'm out here having a talk with you instead of sitting in the house and not answering.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
I'm a man. Treat me like a man. I'm the homeowner of this. Do not open my door when I close my door telling you that I went to go get my boxes. I know where my dog is. Do not beat down my door again.
I will be glad to treat you like a man.
Okay, well do that. Don't come beating down my door and don't come with gun-ho stuff on your mind. I have a child and the first thing you gonna bring up is guns. You're not starting no gunfight here, buddy. Because I know better. I know better. The first thing on your mind was, did I have a gun? Y'all itch to use those things so bad.
For
You're
my
so
own
scared.
safety.
I know. For you to be safe. If you're that scared, find another job. Find another job. Come work with me. I'll get you a job.
Where?
Chronospan.
Okay.
The chemical planet Chronospan.
Okay.
You want a job there? Should I call John Cannell now? You don't want a job? You want to be an officer? You want to be a real officer or do you want to be a harasser? Okay? I'm looking at you like a man. Treat me like a man. Okay?
Why did you step toward me when you...
Because I want to look into your eyes. I have no weapon. You can pat me down so you can be safe. Here, you can pat me down so you can be safe.
We're good.
I know we're good because you know I don't have anything. But you're implying I'm stepping forward to you to do harm to you, which I'm not.
Okay.
You came violent at me when you on my door. Don't do that.
At this point, you can't even hear when the officer speaks because he is that shocked. This man told him to quit his job and then offered him one. That's how you get a tyrant off the streets.
I just got home. Why I don't get the benefit of the doubt and you must have the benefit of the doubt?
I didn't imply
I'm a first-class citizen, brother.
I didn't imply you were lying. I said I admitted fault in saying that I didn't notice the change in cars.
That
like
beat
the
on
one...
my door let me know you thought I was lying. You thought I was looking out the window the first time. I just got home, buddy. Look at the shifts at Chronospan. We got 62, 2 to 10, then we got 10 to 6.
Okay.
3 swing shifts.
Okay.
I just got off on first.
I don't know.
I know
where
you
you
don't
work.
know and you don't care. That's the problem.
I don't know
Go
where you
police
work.
another community if you're not going to treat this one right. The community that plays, I coach in this community. I try to do everything. I pick up trash. I volunteer in this community. And for me to be treated like this, it hurts, man.
Okay.
I go to work just like you. If you want a question, ask me. Don't swing my door back open when I told you I was coming back to get my shorts.
Okay.
Don't do that. Why would you do that to another man's house? Why would you even do that? What kind of man would do that? Why would you do that?
You walked away angrily?
I walked away angrily after you beat on. No, I said, let me get my shorts. Okay?
After you
I don't
told me-
come, and that shows what type of person I am.
Okay.
I'm a respectful person. I didn't want to come out with my balls hanging.
Okay.
I wanted to put some clothes on. That says a lot about a man. What says a lot about a man is how they first treat people.
Right.
And then you say you're scared and you're beating down the door like a SWAT team.
No.
You make yourself scared because you start the violence.
I start the violence?
You start the violence, my brother. Did my door hit you or did you beat on it? Let's be honest.
I was knocking on your door, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Was
I
you knocking
wanted-
hard?
I did knock hard.
Did you knock very hard? Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
I typically knock hard, yes.
No, oh, you typically, see, you ain't grown up yet, man. Just tell the truth, man. That's what I'm saying. I mean, the best thing, like I tell people at work, just tell the truth, man.
After this incident, the officer was sent on medical leave so he could treat his injured ego. This man wasn't going to be intimidated. These next cops turned a cop supporter against themselves just because of their lies. It all started when cops pulled over a man for allegedly speeding.
Andrew Nelson, common spelling.
I know Officer Russo.
Perfect. He's retired.
Yeah. I mean,
I asked you why you pulled me over.
You were doing 40 and a 30.
No, I
for
wasn't.
speeding.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, so I got my body cam that goes back 30 seconds.
Your body cam, is it calibrated properly?
My body cam?
Yes. When was it calibrated?
It was actually calibrated a few days ago.
This female cop started off with lying, first about the speed, then about her latest tech in a body cam that records the speed of the car. Look at how she continues to disregard the law.
Is your name and badge number? You're required to tell me. Yes, you are. What if I have a reading issue?
Andrew.
Your name and badge number, please.
Andrew.
Are you refusing to ID as a police officer?
Andrew, you gotta stop.
Name and badge number.
You gotta stop.
Name and badge number.
So I'll be right back with your stuff.
Name and badge number. Name and badge number.
Moments later, her supervisor arrives, and he's an even bigger liar than she is.
Why don't you give it to them?
It's just they don't
If
give
they
me
tow
pieces
your
of paper.
fucking car, what are you gonna do? Sue them?
They're not gonna tow the car.
How you gonna stop it?
I don't have proof of insurance. I don't have to provide that.
How are you gonna stop them from towing your car? You tell me. How are you gonna stop them?
The father of the man was scolding him to just provide the insurance and be done with them. He actually sided with the cops, but the supervisor arrived on scene with his lies. Even he snapped.
So?
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Sergeant McAlpin.
McAlpin.
State Police Trooper.
Thank you.
How you doing today?
Thank you for
All right.
identifying. How
Yep.
are you?
How are you?
Fine.
Yeah.
I'm just curious why we were pulled over.
You were being pulled over for reckless driving, passing cars, and when driving erratically.
And that's not what that officer told us.
When?
We pulled out of
We
a...
just put the CVS. We were going home.
Okay.
When? Reckless driving?
That's not
Oh,
what you
no,
said,
no,
man. That's not what you
Should
said.
say
You
what
said
you said.
speeding.
Yeah.
Sorry, you wouldn't. That's why I pulled you over. Was for the speeding.
Oh, and now it's reckless driving? And now I gotta go with him then. I'm from Litchfield.
Okay.
And I was telling him,
Yep.
let's be nice. Let me finish. Let's be nice
One
with these
person
guys.
talk at a time.
I am
Excuse me,
talking.
no, we can
I'm
talk
talking.
whenever we
No,
want.
one
Okay,
person-
I
one
was
time,
telling.
okay?
Let's be nice
Yep.
because I live in Litchfield.
Okay.
And now you come here
Yep.
with this story of reckless driving, and now I'm not going to go for it. So what is the next
Your
step?
vehicle was spotted
What
recklessly driving in the town of Litchfield. That's why you were stopped.
What?
Yes.
What did you say?
By who? Did somebody report
Yes,
reckless
a
driving?
reporter called 911. Yes.
What's the name? of
Where?
that?
You don't have to have a name.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
So you should talk to them.
We are talking to him right now, as we speak. Okay.
Our vehicle
okay.
was
Yeah.
spotted where?
Yeah.
Reckless driving.
Reckless driving. Yes.
Where?
In the
We
town of
haven't been in
202.
Litchfield. We came from Farmington.
Okay.
We came from the hospital. He just had a stent put into
We went to
his
CVS.
heart.
They closed at 6 o'clock.
You might have the
we
wrong
pulled
vehicle.
out of CVS. She pulled in, and we just were deciding to go to the pizza place or go home.
Okay.
What reckless are you talking about? So you know what? Take us to jail.
I'm not taking anybody to jail right now.
And now this guy, because I just got out of the freaking hospital.
Calm down.
With the double
Calm down.
bypass.
Calm down,
That's fine.
please.
That's fine.
We were
okay?
picking up his
All right?
medication
Okay.
from CVS.
Okay.
There was no reckless driving. We weren't in the town of Litchfield.
We were talking
traveled
about the
up
pizza,
Route
not pizza.
202.
Okay.
So that's a mistake.
Okay.
So you talked to that party that called you.
Okay.
Now, that lady said she pulled me over
Yep.
for speeding, which is impossible because I was behind vehicles traveling from CVS up this street. So
Right.
now,
How fast were you traveling, sir?
I don't know. I was traveling with the flow of traffic.
Well,
she was on my ass.
She was.
How fast was she traveling?
She was tailing you to see if you're
Tailing
recklessly
me?
driving. Yes.
Okay, she said she recorded my speed on her body cam.
Show us,
I have it
show
on
us
video.
the video
I
that-
have it
Show
on
us
video.
the video that reckless
So
driving.
I'd like to
and
be
take
on my
us to
way.
jail.
I'd like to be on my way.
Get in the car right now. Okay.
All right, do it.
I'd like to be on my way. Reckless driving in Litchfield, huh? I haven't been in Litchfield.
To give ticket because at the end of the month they gotta collect fucking money. That's what they've been asked by the town halls. And as soon as they see a Massachusetts car, guess what? That's the one that reckless driving. All the other one are driving normal. Because they live in Litchfield.
We have two different narratives, one for speeding and one for reckless driving. This was a phony traffic stop and they know it. The female officer then comes back with her BS.
Yes or no. So it's up to you to provide proof. And here's the deal. So here in Connecticut, we tow for no insurance and we write tickets for no insurance. So if you have it, you have it. Wonderful. If not, you're kind of tying my hands here. I'm giving you the option.
Yeah, I don't have proof of insurance. We're not required to carry it, and we can travel through states without carrying it.
Okay. So
Can you state the law that says I need proof of insurance?
It'll be on your infraction. Okay.
Sure.
So no insurance.
No, I didn't say no insurance. I said I don't have to provide it.
Do you have insurance?
Of course. Which is my right. Which is my right for. What is the infraction for?
She's explaining it to you, sir.
She's not explaining it. She's telling me the directions about how to fill the citation. I asked her what the infraction was
I
for.
explained to you before I walked back there. So failure to carry insurance, failure to carry your insurance.
Failure to carry insurance. Okay. I'll see you in court.
There's that. Just
Thank you.
Time before we pull back in, okay? People
I don't need your directives. Have a nice day. Thank you.
All right.
Nice day.
It was a mistake.
Have a good day.
I didn't tell. It was a mistake.
Okay, well, the call came to the barracks for an erratic driving, okay? That's what we had to do.
But you,
okay?
but she could have. Was unnecessary.
She lied.
No,
She told me.
But
She
you
told
got to
me
shut
over
up for a
her
second.
side.
Now. You got to believe me. We was in town. Well, this was so unnecessary.
Okay.
He didn't do anything wrong. I'm being with them.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
We went to the pharmacy. If you got the call, she could have told us. All this was so unnecessary.
Okay.
He has a behavior. He deals with things different than me.
Okay.
But all this, we have to admit
Yep.
that all this was unnecessary.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay.
And
I'm
there
not
was no
required
need
to carry
for it.
insurance here.
All right. But anyway, all right. She got the paperwork.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right,
Have a
bye.
great
I'm
day.
gonna
Take
pull
care,
out.
guys.
Is that okay?
Take care, guy.
Pigs.
The law does not require the drivers to carry insurance. It is mentioned on their registration. This was an easy win for the driver in court. Like the father said, these cops just have to have a number of citations by the end of the month to get paid. The power-tripping cops continue to pour in. Take a look at how these idiots conduct their investigation.
Get out of the car, we're gonna drag you out. We're gonna break your window, drag you out.
Corrupt officers love breaking the law, and they're especially comfortable doing that in big groups. But what happens when they get caught? This first case answers that exact question. On December 8, 2022, Thousand Trails in Verde Valley, Arizona called the Camp Verde sheriff after a staff member complained about Corey Drew's service dog. Police arrived and did what cops usually do.
Have I broken a law? No, but this officer safety, we don't know what's in the vehicle. I'd like you to step out and we can talk to you. Well, this isn't a traffic stop.
Step out of the car. We're giving you a lawful order.
Step out of the car. This is not a traffic stop. Step out of the car. And I have not broken a law. Well, I'll tell you what, you're under arrest, so get out of the car.
Get out of the car.
What am I under arrest Disorderly for? Conduct. Get out of the car. What disorderly conduct? Get out of the car. We'll talk about it. But right now, you're resisting arrest.
Get out of the car, we're gonna drag you out. We're gonna break your window, drag you out. Don't do this.
What conduct did I do that?
Disorderly conduct, it's a criminal charge.
Disorderly conduct?
ARS 13-2904, anything that disrupts the peace of another. Get out of the car, you're under arrest.
Wait, you witnessed disorderly conduct to arrest?
Get out of the car.
Is there a sergeant here?
My lieutenant's right here.
Okay,
get out of the car.
Disorderly conduct to arrest me, Lieutenant?
We're trying to talk to you.
Well, he's saying I'm under arrest.
So once you're on the window, we'll talk to each other.
Well, am I under arrest or not?
So we're doing an
investigation.
investigation.
I'm not under arrest and they
Okay, but you're being detained. You're being lawfully detained.
Okay, I'll agree with you there.
So you want to act like you're normal for a
Am I
second?
under arrest like this officer?
Okay, what did I just tell you?
You said I'm not.
What did I tell you? That you're being detained, right? Sir, please step out of the vehicle.
No. Okay. So I said I'll talk to you.
Okay, do you have any weapons in your car?
I'm not going to answer any
Okay,
questions.
because this is a big difference between us taking you out or not. So you can run down the window the whole way and let us see your hands, or we're going to rip you out of the car. Roll down the window. Okay, this isn't a bro, we're getting to the point where this isn't a negotiation, okay?
I understand my rights. I have no officer.
Okay, well, if you understand your rights, there's a Supreme Court's case that says you have to get out of the car. Hey, this is a lawful traffic.
On private property?
You're stopping me. Okay,
So
do you
what am
want to
I
argue about this, or do you want to talk about why we're here?
If he really wants to talk about why he's there, why does he need to be in handcuffs? Can't cops have a little manners? Scott Woolley, the park manager who called the police, then lies to the cops.
So I tried to arrange a meeting with this guy. We had an incident. He got in one of my security guys' face last night, so I tried to arrange a meeting with the guy. Then he got all pissy on a text with security, even though I'd sent him an email to meet with me about his actions. So then he came up and just stormed the office. Very combative. We have a history at one of the other parks of being combative. He recorded me the whole time. I just wanted to have a professional conversation.
Describe combative. What does that mean?
Raising his voice extremely high.
Okay, so yelling?
Not listening to my side. He's recording me.
Was he?
He tried. I have a kind of a line cross, and he tried to. And he got in my security guy's face last night. Okay.
You can see him practically struggling to get any criminal activity pinned on the man. Corey had recorded everything, and you can clearly see the lies.
Okay, so how close was he when he was yelling at you?
Oh, within 3 feet. But he was yelling and using it as what the conversation was last night. So it wasn't like he's very intimidating. I mean, that's all I can say.
Was he cussing?
No cussing.
Okay, did he threaten you?
Just said he was going to take it to legal and corporate.
Okay. So what are the text messages?
So this is what concerned us at first. The security officer basically said that we were going to meet with him at 8:42 at 10:30. So are you refusing? And he says, why are you being invasive? Please give me the manager's email. I sent him the email with all my contact information. Then he says, act like no one is safe here, and you're rude, immature, and evasive. Now you made me unsafe and aggravated I will only communicate. Do not approach me or else things may escalate. So we thought, well, this is kind of getting out of hand.
You keep saying he's intimidating and combative, so combative.
Very argumentative.
Argumentative? Okay. Was he squaring up with you, bowing up?
No, just...
Okay.
Okay. I don't think he's threatening my safety, but he's not listening to comments.
And you guys don't want him here anymore because of him violating whatever policies, rules you have?
Well, at this point, since it's got combative like this, and that it's going to escalate, and even though he didn't even respond to my email about meeting with me.
Scott is using big words like combative and escalate, but he can't give one good example of Corey actually doing any of that. You'd be surprised to know that these cops did do some sort of real investigation.
With him, it doesn't sound like it was necessarily disorderly. He was argumentative, went into the store or whatever, and last night had gotten into an argument and gotten into a security guard's face. That was last night. Today he went in there basically doing this, argumentative, yelling, screaming.
He was yelling and screaming.
No profanities, no threats. He was about 3 feet away from the guy the whole time. He said he felt intimidated, but he didn't feel like he was
wasn't trying to start a fight with someone.
No,
if you look at the disorderly conduct statute, I mean, does this guy fit the statute?
Disturb the peace of another.
I mean,
property.
The officers eventually decide to let the man go, since this was more of a civil matter, not a matter of the law. But this incident isn't over yet because one officer was going to make a dumb mistake.
Terrible name's Corey, right? Okay. All right, you're free to go. And I'm going to ask you. You don't have to?
Yeah.
Would you be willing to show me the recording?
Yeah. Okay. I will show you the recording. Of in here?
Of the
now that we're done, you've released me and we're good to go. I'll shut off my phone. And
you're 100% free
I'll just
to
show
go.
you so that you can get the tone of what was going on there. And back, you know why. No. Right. Oh man, you guys, trust me, this is going to get real. It looks like that's that. That one. So then...
Why did that stop recording though? Was your interaction done with him?
I walked away. I was like, this is going to get it, and I just walked away.
Convenient.
Convenient? What's convenient?
Oh, nothing.
You have the other ones on there? What's convenient?
The fact that you stopped recording when you wanted to.
When I walked away, it was convenient?
Yeah.
Dude, what is your problem, bro? Are you looking to... You see this? Are you recording?
We're all recording. I'm recording. I'm not
Okay,
hiding anything.
good. I'm going to get that body cam, bro.
Okay.
I'm going to file a complaint on you.
Okay.
That's out of line. Do you have any other videos? Convenient?
You
know exactly what you meant by that.
You're choosing to record what you want.
I'm recording the whole interaction. I turned and walked away. And you're telling me that's convenient? Were you there? Do you know what happened? I'm trying to give you evidence right now, and you're starting to you.
I'll leave LT. I'm sorry. That was my mistake.
Alright, man.
I apologize, sir. I'm leaving.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Because I was going to try to talk to him afterwards and ask him not to put on YouTube.
Well, that was going to happen anyways. So.
On the following day, Corey filed a complaint with Lieutenant Joe Johnson of the Sheriff's Office against the officer who made the petty remark. The Sheriff's Office assured him that they would reinvestigate the matter, which resulted in Corey being charged with a series of crimes and then being arrested. In court, Corey got a massive win and he got all charges dismissed. On top of that, the Sheriff's Office got tons of complaints from locals. However, this next case is horrifying because CCTV footage caught cops harassing innocent civilians while they were drunk off duty. On January 15, 2022, a Billings police officer and a Yellowstone County Sheriff's deputy were harassing cars as they drove by at a parking lot at a casino. He tried to break that car's side mirror, but the next car driver wouldn't just drive off.
I got one too. Don't fucking pull a gun. Idiot. You kidding me? Pull a fucking gun. Pull a gun. Pull a gun. You fucking kidding me? Get out, Lee. Get out, Lee. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm gonna pull a gun too. He shot you?
The two officers and the civilian jump the driver. They start beating him up. He pulls a gun in self-defense, and he fires a shot. A bullet fragment hits one of the officers in the face. At the same time, their civilian friend removes the passengers and fights the driver from inside the car.
He got you in the face. He got you shot in the face. He shot him in the face. Get Steve!
The civilian friend of the cops was able to jump out as the car turned. Everything the driver did was in pure self-defense. Surprisingly, the officers didn't try to mess with the white SUV after that.
Right? Ambulance there. Ambulance, yeah. No, not yet. No, I'm calling right now. Yes.
People from the casino provided medical aid to the injured gangster, and after a while, the driver came back to pick up his passenger. The injured gangster tries to chase the car down, but it had already left and was being chased by police cruisers. The driver ran and flipped his car and got severely injured. This is what the police chief had to say about the incident.
I'm looking at as our officers, our my officer, sheriff's deputy, or victims of violent crime. Okay, now we need to know what took place that precipitated the thing, but at the end of the day, the information we have is somebody pulled a gun on him. Someone pulled a gun on him.
6 months after the incident, a press release stated that both deputies violated policies on ethics. One of the deputies received a letter of reprimand stating that what he did was naughty, but will let it slide. The other officer was suspended for 2 weeks. And that's all for today's video. If you liked the video, subscribe so you don't miss out on the next upload. Thanks for watching.